Welcome guys. Okay, in this video, we're going to do more or less an unboxing here. Dude's got a new toy. It is the Autel Maxicheck diagnostic scan tool. This sleeve was around this hard case. So this is not going to replace my BM2 that I use on the BMW, although I think I can use this on the BMW. But this is going to be what I use for every other vehicle because, you know, I can scan the ABS module and every other module on the BMW with that tool. I can even recalibrate the steering angle sensor. But I don't have anything to do that with on regular cars. And I had mentioned before in a previous video, my dad's Challenger had an ABS light on. And I believe the stability control light on, so we're going to figure out what the problem is, and we're going to use this tool to do it. So, bought this thing for like $172, normally go for around $200. I bought it on eBay. I outbid some dude at the last 10 seconds, because I'm like that. He bid like $170, I upped the bid to like $180 something, max bid. Last 10 seconds, so I could give him the big FU. So, unsnap these dudes, and then not much going on in here, but we do have a user's manual, which I probably won't read unless I need to know something. Comes with some little CD, a USB cable. I don't know what that's for. I'm guessing to attach it to the internet for stuff. Our big cable here, the OBD2 end, and that big end. And then here's the scan tool itself. Beastly looking dude. Looks like there's a spot for an SD card. Looks like there's even an SD card in it. So maybe we'll have to read this manual to see what this is for, what the point is. Maybe you can connect this to a computer or something. I don't know. Alright, first things first though. Let's go see if we can't see what's going on in the Challenger and maybe the RAM. I'll see if I can bleed the ABS system with it. My dad did say that the pedal's kind of spongy on it after he replaced all the brake lines. So either he didn't bleed the regular brakes, and this tool will not help for that, or he didn't bleed the ABS system, and this tool will help for that. So let's find out. Alright, I apologize for the low light, but it's wintertime, these windows are tinted, and it's like 6 o'clock. Okay, so we're hooked up to the Challenger. We got OBD2, ABS sensors, BMS, a bunch of other stuff I don't really seem to care about. SAS would be airbag, setup, playback. Do I have any other stuff? No, this is it. Alright, so let's try OBD2 on this Challenger. So we're learning together now, men, because I've never used this yet. This is the first time. Okay, so we have 0 codes found, 2 monitors, not applicable, 8 monitors, okay. I guess I just hit okay. Okay. Okay, so that's what we just read. Read codes. No codes. Pending codes, permanent codes. I am readiness, O2 monitor test, onboard monitor. Let's see what all we got. Component test, vehicle information, modules present. Diagnostic trouble code. Let's try modules present. Okay. Alright. Yeah, sure. Okay, so now let's go to the ABS. This is a United States vehicle. This is a Chrysler. I guess we'll start a new session. Yes. Okay, we'll do body, I guess. Okay. That's the airbag, but we don't have an airbag light on in this car, so that's probably not going to do much for us. System pass. Okay. So now we want to go back to chassis, maybe. That'll give us our our ABS. There we go. Recodes. Anti-lock brake module internal C2200. Sounds like a personal problem then. So, anti-lock brake module. The ABS module is going bad in this thing, it looks like. So, let's try. What if I just hit OK? Nothing? Okay, so let's try environ data. If that does anything. So lock brake module, diagnostic trouble code, readiness complete, DTS state stored, warning indicator request state. So, wow, this thing actually knows the odometer. How badass is that? Accumulation timer minutes, 916 minutes. Is that how many hours the engine's been running? I don't know. Ignition key cycles, 0. ABS active, not set. Not sure what that means. I don't know if the code's actually on right now, because it's not showing that it's there now, but you guys saw it before when I did the radiator job on this thing. I'm going to start the car in a little bit. We'll see if it's on or not. Hopefully you guys can see it. Like I said, I'm trying to use the damn light and... So, diagnostic control code's active, not set. So that's implying it's not on right now, but it was before. And I don't think he did anything to it. Pump motor set. Booster not set. Thermal model disable, traction control switch not set. Steering wheel angle sensor, 44.8 degrees. Pretty sure the wheel's straight. It's neat that it can, I mean, the car's not running, so I'm wondering what some of these readings are. Maybe that'll change if I start the car. Front right wheel speed sensor, 26 miles per hour. 26. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking... Okay, I get what's happening now. So this data is the environmental data on when the code turned on, I'm thinking. Is that the wheels were all... Obviously, they work then, because we're all moving at like 26 to 27 miles per hour. The car had 13.3 volts on it. Etc., etc. Okay. So that's how that goes. So when that code was tripped, that's what was happening. Okay, let's start the car. Okay, so the lights are on. We have the ABS light, the brake light, and the stability control light. So none of this stuff works. Okay, let's see if we can clear the code. And what happens. Or maybe I can go to... Let's try live data first. Okay, so I can actually look at all this stuff, I guess. I can select all. Well, let's see what all we can select. Neat! Okay, so let's just clear it and see what happens. Raise code. Ignition on and engine off. Yes. Yes. Race codes command sent. Perform read codes to function to verify. Turn ignition off. Okay. Turn ignition on. Okay. Guess we'll go to read codes. No fault codes detected. We'll go back. And they're not on yet, but remember they weren't on before until I started the car. So let's start it again. Boom, they're back on again. All right, let's read them again. Anti-lag brake module internal. Same code, C2200. C2200. Let's check the environmental data again. Okay, so the odometer's up now, so that number's different. Okay, so this is showing this cycle then. I imagine some of these will start to be set once the car gets moving. Steering angle is right at 0 degrees, which is correct. The steering wheel is straight. So I'll probably have to have done is maybe him drive this thing one day, and I'll see if I can read any of this data while he's driving the car, and then I'll know what's going on here, if I can read any data while the car's in motion or not. Alright, let's get into the RAM and see if we can see what's doing in there. Alright, still dark out, even darker than before. Only 639, can you believe that? Alright, so we're in the RAM now. We do know we have an engine light on in this. And that's going to be something to do with the Evap system. There's an Evap system code. Okay, so we have one code. And everything else is kosher on it. So let's go read codes. Guess we'll do stored, since it's stored. So we do have a P0442 evaporation emission system leak detected. Small leak. That the only code? Guessing so. I wonder what it looks like when you have multiple codes. I need to find a car that has a bunch of codes on it. This one has what's known as a small leak somewhere in the Evap system. And I guess that's it. Let's see if I can... Okay, well I guess that's about all we can do with this. I guess I can clear the code. And it'll stay off for a minute because we do have a full tank and you can't reset an Evap. The car won't check for an Evap code while until the fuel gauge gets down to like 80% or so. So pro tip, guys, if you only have one failing component, i.e. your check engine light's on because of an Evap system, but everything else is fine, CATs, O2 sensors, etc., what you do is you refuel your beast, put it on full, clear all the codes out, i.e. your Evap system code, do the drive cycle until everything else is ready, except the Evap, and then drive your beast before you hit the 80% mark where it starts checking for the Evap system, and then get your car's emissions inspection done. Then you'll have one not ready, so you will pass, because your one not ready is going to be the Evap, and then boom, you'll pass, because everything else will be ready. And then as you're driving down the street, once you hit 80%, bing, the light comes back on. But the joke's on them because you just passed for another 2 years. So fuck them if they can't take a joke, is what I always say. Alright, so let's go ahead and erase that code. Yeah, why not? Now, if we read codes, there should be none left. Stored codes. None. And the question of the day is anything ready still, or did it unready everything? Okay, so we have incomplete, so it incompletes everything again. Like I said, everything else within a drive or so, these will all be completed with the exception of the Evap. That will be, of course, off. And it won't read that at all. It won't start scanning for it until you're at 80%. So what we can do here, though, is so what you would do is you would go to I am readiness after you cleared all these. And then you would drive until everything's complete except for your Evap system, and that's how you beat the system on that. The other ones are a bit tricky to get around, but you can stick it to the man on that one, because that won't even start monitoring for itself unless you have 80% fuel. So fill her up, reset everything, do the drive cycle, and then, of course, just keep filling it up. Don't ever let it get below 80% until everything else is complete, and then go and get your emissions test, and then bing, bang, boom. You're done. Also, in case y'all don't know, if you drive less than 12,000 miles between inspections, you are emissions exempt. Just fill out the form, submit it to DOR, or DNR, Department of Natural Resources. So that's the way it is in Missouri, anyway. And only the places that test emissions in Missouri, which is like St. Louis City and like probably Kansas City or some bullshit. Probably not even them. It's probably just St. Louis City and the surrounding counties, because, you know, nobody else's car pollutes in Missouri. It's only our vehicles. And everybody else's doesn't. And they especially don't when they drive through. Alright, well, that's it for now on the Autel Maxicheck here. I guess my initial thoughts on it are it's okay. We'll see how much okay it is whenever I have my dad replace his module for the ABS, and then we recode it. Because normally you have to go to a dealer and I guess have that coded to the car. This machine can do that. So I'll have him put the new one in. I'm assuming that it's going to need to be bled after that. Maybe not. Maybe not. But you can bleed it with this thing. You have to manually bleed it, and then this machine bleeds it. And then you can recalibrate it, or refresh it, or whatever the hell that thing's called, to the vehicle. Right? So that it's coded to that. That module's coded to this vehicle, and then you're done. So, I don't know what the dealer charges for that, but this machine's like 200 bones. So, to each his own, I guess. Well, that's mostly what I bought it for him for, because he had the lights on in that, and I was like, well, even though I bought him a gun for his birthday, I guess I'll go ahead and buy him the, this thing for Christmas. And maybe I can use it myself on something, maybe my Camaro or something, I don't know. Because, the BMW one should be better suited for the BMW, I think. But we'll burn the bridge when we get there, so we'll have more videos on this thing coming up, and then whatever else we have to work on coming up in the future. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace.